www.ignou.ac.in. धन्यवाद.
Welcome to all learners. All of you know that the admission process of IGNOU is extended up to 15 September. And now you can browse several programs that are offered by IGNOU. And in today's session, I'm going to introduce about Master of Arts in Adult Education. The code is MAAE. This program is offered by School of Education. And when you browse the School of Education website, you can see that 2 master degree programs School of Education is offering. It is Master of Arts in Adult Education and Master of Education. Master of Arts in Adult Education is becoming important in the context of NEP 2020. So, the main purpose of this session is to get you familiarized with the different courses and the practical work of Master of Arts in Adult Education program. Education of adult, when we look at it, we know that it is a multifaceted complex process which encompasses many subjects and interest areas. So it encompasses adult basic education and continuing education and enrichment activities for personal and professional growth of the educator. The program will promote among learners necessary knowledge, understanding skills, attitudes, and competencies that will help them to build their capacity to participate in adult education activities at different levels. When we think of adult education, there is a notion that it is confined to literate the neo-literates. It's not like that. So it is as a discipline, it is no longer restricted to literacy alone. And in a wider connotation, adult education, it refers to any form of learning process that engages mature men and women beyond the limits of a traditional learning environment. It caters to a varied population of adult learners, and it includes everything from learning the 3 basic R's, that is reading, writing, and arithmetic, to learning for personal accomplishment, and goes to the extent of enabling a person to attain a higher academic or professional degree. So the purpose of this program, it is to enhance the skills of the adult learner. What is the feature of this program? Regarding the feature of this program is that it is a 2-year program structured as modular in nature, in the sense that after completion of first year, learners are awarded with postgraduate diploma in adult education. And after completing, in addition to this, I want to stress that after completing those 3 courses, they will get postgraduate certificate in adult education. And this program was originally launched 2011, but it was revised in 2024, and the revised program is now going on. The program aims at promoting professional development and capacity building in the area or discipline of adult education. When we look at the feature of this program, before NEP 2020 emphasizing upon the multiple entry and exit options, Master of Arts in Adult Education is developed in that way. That postgraduate certificate in adult education, the postgraduate diploma in adult education is inbuilt in the Master of Arts in Adult Education program. Now, earlier, before the revised program, we are offering postgraduate certificate in adult education as an independent program, postgraduate diploma in adult education as an independent program. Now, we are not offering PGCAE and PGDAE as a standalone program. It is inbuilt in the Master of Arts in Adult Education. Hence, I feel that there are some kind of confusion in the learners who took admission in the Master of Arts in Adult Education. They are searching for postgraduate certificate in adult education. Hence, what you have to do, just take admission in Master of Arts in Adult Education, pay the first year fee, and after completing the first 3 courses within 1 year, you will get the postgraduate certificate in adult education. And if you complete the first year of Master of Arts in Adult Education, you will get a certificate titled Postgraduate Diploma in Adult Education. Hence, MAAE is a 2-year program of 80 credits, equally divided into 40 credits in each year, with inbuilt flexibility to be modular in nature, having entry and exit options at the PGDA level, with a provision for PGDA graduates to have lateral entry admission directly into the second year of MAAE. What does this mean is that if somebody has taken admission in the first year and they have completed the first year but they couldn't register for the second year, there is an option for lateral entry so that you can directly enter, pay the fee for the second year, and then the credits of the first year can be transferred. 1 credit is equivalent to 30 hours of study and related activities or work. An MAAE program, it consists of 13 courses with 7 courses in first year. And in that, there is the demarcation between the theory courses and the practical course. That in the first year, 6 theory courses, each of 6 credits, and 1 practical course of 4 credits. And 6 courses in the second year, that is the 5 theory courses, each of 6 credits, 2 compulsory and 3 optional or elective courses. And a dissertation course of 10 credits, there is also one internal option, that is either dissertation or case study or internship in lieu of dissertation. Why this option has come? Because many of the adult learners who took admission for this program, they are working in different fields, hence they may not be getting the apt dissertation in an elaborate way. In such cases, there is one option, that is either you have to do case study or internship reports, which is facilitating you to complete the program without much compulsion or burden. Irrespective of successful completion or otherwise of any or all courses of first year, in order to proceed into second year, towards the end of the first year, those students who are interested to do second year of MAAE, they have to go for registration into second year of MAAE by paying the fee for second year. Now, after successful completion of courses, MAE 001, MAE 002 and MAE 006, the student shall be awarded postgraduate certificate in adult education without any exit facility. When you complete these 3 courses, the certificate you will get. And if MAE is not completed by the CAE holder, even after maximum duration of MAE program is over, to complete this program, he or she shall have to take fresh admission into the first year of the program and seek credit transfer for MAE 001, MAE 002 and MAE 006 courses. So sometimes in the midst of the home and work balance, many of the learners will retain or sustain like that, and sometimes the maximum duration may be over, but that time you can take re-registration for the postgraduate first year and then you can complete the 3 courses. Suppose you have completed the 3 courses, you can opt for credit transfer and you can continue for the postgraduate diploma in adult education. After successful completion of all courses of first year, the student shall be awarded postgraduate diploma in adult education. If Master of Arts in Adult Education is not completed by the PGDA holder, even after maximum duration of MAE program is over, to complete this program, he or she seek lateral entry admission directly into the second year and seek credit transfer for courses of first year. Those graduates of a PGDA program of IGNOU that was on offer as an independent program before the revision or as a part of the pre-revised MAE program, they have to complete courses MAE 004 and MAE 006 by taking individual course registration separately and then seek lateral entry admission into the second year of revised MAAE program. There is a little bit change when we look at the program framework of MAAE program. That is MAE 004, which was offered in the first year of MAAE program, is now shifted to the second year. That's why it is needed that those who have completed earlier the PGDA program and they want to continue into the second year, that they have to complete the MAE 006, which is included in the first year of the Master of Arts in Adult Education. That's why there is the option of multiple entry and exit. There is the option of lateral entry in this program. And there is the option of transfer of credit in this program. Now the question comes, what are the prospects of pursuing adult education program? It provides opportunities for pre-service graduates interested in seeking career in adult education and allied areas. Allied areas, you know that the literacy mission programs which is going on, or the continuing education programs which is going on. You will get the job opportunity in such centers or institutions. Secondly, self-employment opportunities for those interested in starting a voluntary organization of their own as a part of their practical activities. Thirdly, for those already in service, opportunities for career shifts into adult education area are quite possible. Next, job opportunities cut across projects, programs implemented by government, universities, colleges and NGOs among others. So now, how to start these NGOs? You can go for that by after completing this Master of Arts in Adult Education program. And if you want to pursue for higher studies, that is PhD program, there is scope for that. that after completion of this program, you can go for higher studies. Now let us see the eligibility for admission, medium of instruction, duration, fee and frequency of offer of Master of Arts in Adult Education program. As I have already stated, the program code is MAAE and the eligibility any graduate means in any subject or persons holding a bachelor's degree or higher qualification and working in any sector, or those practitioners involved in the field of adult education in any position or in any organization, center, department, etc. Teaching at local, district, state, national and international level. And the medium of instruction of this program is English, though it is the materials are developed in English. There is scope for the learners to write the examination in Hindi, and they can submit their assignments also in Hindi. Regarding the duration, the minimum duration is 2 years and the maximum duration is 4 years. The fee now, that is 15,400 for the 2 years, that is 7,700 per annum. The frequency of offer twice a year, that is January cycle and July cycle. So you can take admission for this cycle which is open, and for the July cycle now it has extended up to 15 September. So some students have paid the fees and now they are thinking whether to join or not. For such students, they can take admission in this program. And many of the cases, the regional centers, when you approach, some regional centers may tell that they don't have academic counselors. But there is one information to state that RC Delhi 2 is the nodal regional center for this Master of Arts in Adult Education program. So from your regional center, if you don't get any academic counselors, there is scope that you can get help from the nodal regional center, so that your regional center director should write that the help should be, the assistance should be given. So there is scope for that RC Delhi 2 is the nodal regional center for Master of Arts in Adult Education program. And more than that, regarding the theory courses, you know that the self-learning material which is inbuilt in nature, the teacher is inbuilt. You read that material, and for the practical courses, we discuss the practical courses. There are different handbooks, and student's handbook, the resource person's handbook, the case study, internship, everything is there. You can go through that and you can complete the practical work. If you are not getting assistance, you can get the assistance from these practical self-learning materials. Now, each program has its relevance based on the program learning outcomes. What are the program learning outcomes of this Master of Arts in Adult Education? That is to develop in the students the national and international perspective of various aspects of theory and practice of adult education, to upgrade their knowledge and understanding of policies and programs of adult continuing and extension education and development and welfare, among others. Number 3, to enhance their understanding and skills of documentation, management and dissemination of knowledge and information on various aspects and processes of adult education, to improve their knowledge, understanding, skills and abilities related to organizing and managing an adult learning setup, to equip them with the skills of involving the community in participatory planning, development and transaction curriculum, as well as training, evaluation and research processes related to adult education and development, to enhance their understanding and skills of at local, state, national and international levels for their personal, social and professional development, to enable them to critically analyze, appreciate, and promote the role of adult education in the emerging social, political, cultural, economic, developmental, and other situations for effecting transformation at local, national, and international levels to enable them to identify, analyze, appreciate, and apply the current century skills, that is, especially the 21st century skills, in the context of adult learning, to develop in them global understanding of different aspects and issues of comparative adult education, as well as the international agencies involved in the field of adult education. Now, based on these program learning outcomes, the next thing what is important is the qualification descriptors. What type of qualification descriptors? So after completing this program, a learner can demonstrate a coherent understanding of adult education as an area of study and its linkages with the related disciplinary subjects, procedural knowledge that creates different types of professionals related to the subject area of adult education, including research, development, use knowledge about how adults learn and understand the psychology of adults, apply different learning methods, styles, techniques while working with adults, demonstrate competence in being aware of and taking responsibility for the institutional setting in which adult learning takes place at all levels, equip learners with the academic knowledge, research skills, and practical employability skills. So these are the qualification descriptors. And when you look at in the revision of the program, we have added two new courses, that is Master of Lifelong Learning, and next one, that is Master of this Comparative Adult Education. So here, Comparative Adult Education and Lifelong Learning and Overview. These two courses we have added, Lifelong Learning and Overview and Comparative Adult Education. And when you look at these two courses, you know that these two courses are very important in the context of NEP, and more than that, in the first year, one new course, you can see that Adult Learning and 21st Century Skills. NEP 2020 is also emphasizing upon 21st century skills, where it emphasizes that different types of communication skills, information and media literacy skills is needed. So all these skills are mentioned in the Adult Learning and 21st Century Skills. Coming to the program work of Master of Arts in Adult Education, you can see from the screen that in the first year, there is 40 credits, and in the second year also 40 credits. That is, in the first year, when you complete MAAE 001 Understanding Adult Education, MAAE 002 Policy Planning and Implementation of Adult Education in India, and MAAE 006 Adult Learning and 21st Century Skills, and each course it worth 6 credits. And after completing these 3 courses, without exit option, you will get a certificate titled Postgraduate Certificate in Adult Education, which have 18 credit worth. And when you complete MAAE 003 Knowledge Management, Information Dissemination and Networking in Adult Education, MAAE 004 Extension Education and Development, MAAE 016 Educational Research, and there is one practical course, that is MAAE 101 titled Community Based Practical Activities, which worth 4 credits. All the theory courses, it worth 6 credits. And when you complete all these courses, 7 courses in the first year, you will obtain postgraduate diploma in adult education, and then you can go for the second year. So thus, postgraduate diploma in the adult education, there you can see it consists of 18 plus 22 credits, 18 for the postgraduate certificate in adult education. After that, the rest of the courses, it worth 22 credits, and total 18 plus 22, you can earn 40 credits. Coming to the second tier of Master of Arts in Adult Education, there you have to take two compulsory courses, that is MAE 005 Population and Development Education and MAS 131 Educational Technology and Overview. That these two courses each worth 6 credits, and then you have to take any 3 optional courses, and the choices are given as 6 courses. Among them you can take any 3 optional courses, and each course it has 6 credit worth. The optional courses are MAEE 001 Sustainable Development, MAEE 002 Basics of Legal Awareness, MASC 061 Open and Distance Learning System, MASC 062 Vocational Education, MLL 001 Lifelong Learning and Overview, MAE 003 Comparative Adult Education. So when you look at it, you can see that each course worth 6 credits, and the course that comes under the second tier of this program, there also you can exercise your choice because 2 options are given: MAEP 001 Dissertation and MAET 001 Case Study or Internship Reports. And this MAEP 001 Dissertation credit worth and MAET 001, that is Case Study or Internship Reports, it is also 10 credit. Hence you can see that the second tier itself consists of 40 credits. In that way, the first tier and the second tier combinedly the total credit is about 80 credits. So this is the program framework of Master of Arts in Adult Education. When we try to demarcate it into though we are not offering independent programs, but how to get this PGCAE, how many theory courses. So for that, the credit number of courses and the nature of this MAE modular program. You can see that PGCAE, the total credit it is 18 credits. How many courses you have to do? That is 3 theory courses. So inside these theory courses, the practical things are inbuilt. So the 3 courses you have to do in order to get the PGCAE certificate. So many of the learners are asking us whether you are not offering PGCAE as an independent program. It is not as an independent program. It's inbuilt in the MAAE program. Hence, don't go back. Take admission for the first year and complete the 3 theory courses so that you will get the PGCAE certificate. Coming to the PGDA certificate, there you can see the credit, it is 40 credits, and the number of courses, 7 theory courses you have to do, and the nature of the courses, that is 6 theory courses, and you have to do 1 practical course in that. So after completing the first year of the MAAE program, you will get the PGDAE certificate. And before that, after completing the 3 courses, automatically you will get the PGCAE certificate. And after completing the first year of the MAAE program, you will get the PGDAE certificate. Then you can re-register for the second year of the MAAE program, where the total credit it is 80. The total number of courses are 17 you have to complete to get MAAE degree certificate. And the nature of the courses, that is 8 theory courses, and elective there are given 6, you have to take only any 3. And the practical, it is 1 course is there, and dissertation 1 is there, and case study or internship 1. I have given the total courses. Among these elective courses, you can exercise your options, and then the practical courses in the second year, you can also exercise options, either dissertation or case study or internship reports you can take. That's why it is making flexible to the learners, as the learners are working learners and they feel difficult to manage both work and home load. So for that, you can take the case study and then complete. And then now let us go little bit elaborately what is included in each courses. Coming to the first course, MAAE 001, Understanding Adult Education, that is Block 1. There we can see that the Block 1 consists, the title is Development of Adult Education, where it is divided into 4 units, and in this block you can see the basic concept, terms, features and objectives of adult education. There you can see the historical perspective and the global, regional scenarios on literacy, the policy on adult and lifelong learning, and there also the perspective, it is international and national perspectives. Block 2, it deals with foundations of adult education. There also you can see an overview of the philosophical foundation, the trends in philosophical foundations of adult education, the psychology of adult learning and motivation, sociological background of adult and lifelong learning. Coming to Block 3, Curriculum Development, Transaction, Evaluation. There you can see it consists of curriculum development in adult education, the community participation, what types of methods and techniques can be used, how the curriculum should be transacted, and what are the communication media systems and strategies should be used, what is the role of information and communication technologies, and curriculum evaluation in adult education. Coming to the Block 4, we know that for teaching children, we mostly concentrate upon the pedagogy. But adults, andragogy and its application, how to teach the adults, that's important. So there you can see you will get familiarization with the pedagogy, andragogy, heutagogy. You can make a comparison about these principles, these pedagogical things, and then adult learning theories, the methods of teaching literacy to adults. Then comes andragogical applications in higher and professional education. Coming to course MAAE 002, that is Policy Planning and Implementation. Yeah. There, the first block deals with 5-year plans and adult education. And here, what are the current adult education policy and programs? An overview you will get through this unit. And adult education administration, the resource support structures of adult education, the new initiatives and emerging challenges. Block 2 deals with implementing agencies. What are the agencies involved? Role of government departments, role of universities, colleges and students, role of non-governmental organizations, role of local bodies, community and individuals. Block 3 of this course, it is titled as Participatory Training and Research in Adult Education, where you can see that participatory training concept and processes, the methodology what is used, the learning environment of participatory training, how to do participatory research. Block 4, it is titled as Towards Lifelong Learning, Creating a Literate Environment, where it deals with post-literacy and continuing education, institutionalization of continuing education, reading materials for neoliterates and semi-literates, role of libraries in post-literacy and continuing education. And coming to Block 5, it is Emerging Scenario for Adult Education Lifelong Learning Policy Perspective, where it consists of 2 units, that is Unit 17, that is Chapter 21 of NEP 2020 implications, and Unit 18, it deals with education for all, that is adult education. Hence, you can see that the MAAE 002, it is consists of 5 blocks, including 18 units. And then MAAE 006, the title is Adult Learning and 21st Century Skills. Block 1, Adult Learning and Challenges of the 21st Century. There you can see that the adult learning issues and context and the need of culture in the 21st century. We are aware about the citizenship in a country, but we need the cultural citizenship. Why? Because of the diverse demographic profile of the inhabitants of a country. And when we look at learners also, you can see the diverse learners. And block 2, it is titled as Learning Skills for Adults. What are the skills needed? Critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication. Then block 3, it deals with literacy skills, information and media literacy skills, what are needed, information literacy, media literacy, technology literacy. Hence, it is abbreviated as IMT. And then block 4, the life skills, which is abbreviated as FLIPS. For the F, you can see the flexibility, the L, leadership, I, initiative, P, productivity, S, social skills, and E, emotional skills, which are very much needed for surviving in this 21st century. So all these skills are needed and it should be trained to the learners in the classroom itself. Then block 5, strategies for development of 21st century skills among adults. There you can see developing life skills, methods and techniques, promoting non-cognitive skills. Not only the cognitive skills are essential, we need the co-cognitive skills, which are very much important to survive in the education field. Then Skilling India, National Skill Development Mission, skilling youth in the context of India's development. So that is also covering. Coming to course MAAE 003, Knowledge Management, Information Dissemination and Networking in Adult Education. There you will get familiarized with what is knowledge, what are the types and management of knowledge, knowledge management in an adult learning setup, documentation, concept, systems, services and evaluation, adult learning setup, role of process documentation. Block 2 deals with the information management and dissemination. Basics of information dissemination, what are the services and the standards for information management and dissemination, how to manage a library in an adult learning setup, the public library, you are aware that how to set up, then building library resources and services. Block 3, networking and adult learning. There it covers about networking in social and professional life, understanding networking in adult learning, computer networks, information networking, production and dissemination. Then Aladdin, a case study of a network of networks. Block 4, it's titled as Network Management for Learning Society Networking, where it covers the organizational behavior, dynamics of working together, expansion of Aladdin, India marching towards learning society. The next course, that after going through these courses, you will get aware about and you may find some kind of issues and concerns. Based on that, there is another course, how to do research in the field of adult education. So MAAE 016, Educational Research, where block 1 is titled as Perspective of Knowledge. There you can get familiarization with the Introduction to Educational Research, Knowledge Generation Historical Perspective 1. Again, the Historical Perspective 2 is covered in Unit 3, Approaches to Educational Research, Assumptions, Scope and Limitations. Block 2 is titled as Different Types of Studies in Educational Research, where you will cover about the descriptive research, experimental research part 1 and 2, qualitative research, philosophical and historical studies. And block 3, that it is titled as Research Design, where you will come to know about how problem and formulation of research questions, hypothesis, nature of formulation, and sampling, tools and techniques of data collection. Block 4, after data, to do data analysis and interpretation. So the analysis of quantitative data, analysis of quantitative data by using inferential statistics based on parametric test, then analysis of quantitative data, inferential statistics based on non-parametric test, analysis of qualitative data, data analysis techniques in qualitative research, computer data analysis. Coming to block 5, that is research reports and applications, you will come to know how to write a research proposal and the method of literature search, the research report, various components and structure, scheme of chapterization and referencing structure. The next course, that is MAAE 004, which is shifted to the second tier, Extension Education and Development. The first block is about Introduction to Extension Education and Development, the principles and philosophies and how the development of extension education happened in India, the extension and media, the development, what is the concept of development, the dimensions and factors, the current trends and policies in adult and extension education in India is this first block. The second block titled Dynamics of Extension and Development, there you can see the evolution of extension models, dynamics of development, developmental disparities, marginalization. And block 3, it is titled Problems and Issues in Development. What are the basic issues in development, sectoral issues, social issues, issues and problems of governance in development. Block 4 is titled as Extension and Development, Planning, Management and Evaluation, where it covers planning and developing extension program, concepts and theories of management, manpower planning and personnel management in extension and development, monitoring and evaluation. The fifth block, it is titled as Extension Strategies and Services and Practices, where it contains 2 units, which introduces you to the extension education services in India, phases and movements, extension education strategies. Coming to the next course, that is MAAE 005, Population and Development Education. Block 1 deals with population, development, education and overview. Here, you will come to know what is the concept and development of this population education, the demographic concepts, determinants of population change, consequences of population change, population and development education, relevant terms, misconceptions and clarifications. Block 2 is life education, quality of life. As adult, our learners are adult, so they are managing the home affairs also. So what is life, the adolescence education, how to give sex education, family welfare, gender equality and equity is covered in this block. Next block is titled as Population Control Measures, Individual, National and International, where the individual measures you will come to know the national measures and the international measures. Block 5 is titled as Demographic Dividend and Population Policies, where it covers the demographic dividend and its applications, demographic dividend in Indian context, demographic dividend, the experiences from developing and developed countries. The next course that we have added in the optional courses, that is Educational Technology and Overview. Why this course is added? You know that the century what we are living is the digital era. So an orientation on how to use these technological information and communication technologies, not only in the education field but also workplaces, is very much important. So block 1 titled Introduction to Education Technology, Perspective of Technology Use, where it covers the introduction, the perspectives, the implications of learning theories for technology use. Coming to the second block, Enhancing Learner Autonomy, there you will come to know about technology and autonomy, e-learning types, tools and standards, initiatives for enhancing access to academic resources in India. And block 3 is titled as An Enabling Environment for Technology Use, Leadership and Professional Development, where it covers leadership and vision for management of technology and ICT for professional development. Next course, that is MAAE 001, titled Sustainable Development. The first block is Introduction sustainable development, where it covers the concept, scope, approaches, strategies, challenges to sustainable development. Block 2 is titled as rural development, and there you can see how this rural development is happening in the Indian context, how the administration, what are the rural development programs. It is explained in 2 units as part 1 and part 2. And block 3 deals with tribal development, where it covers scheduled areas and tribes, tribal development policy programs, tribal welfare planning and management, and urban development is the 4th block, where it gives an introduction about that, what are the issues and challenges, the policies and programs, and the governance and management of urban planning. Block 5 is titled as Emerging Trends in Sustainable Development, where it covers the Sustainable Development Goals, the implementation and monitoring of SDGs, problems, issues, and prospects. The next code, MAAE 061, Open and Distance Learning Systems, where it covers the block Open and Distance Learning Concepts and Development, the concept of ODL and the philosophy of ODL, historical development and policy implementation, organization theory are discussed in the first block. Second block, instructional inputs, where it covers self-learning materials, methods and media, design and preparation of materials, e-learning concept and design. Block 3 is titled as instructional transaction and delivery, where it covers learning from self-learning materials, learning support services, resources and delivery, tutoring and counseling, through e-learning and virtual environment. Block 4, it is evaluation and research in ODL, where it covers assessment in ODL, program evaluation, research and development, recent trends in evaluation and research. And block 5, it is titled as recent trends and developments in ODL, national and international perspective, where you can see the paradigm shift in ODL, the national and international agencies, education, globalization and the ODL system. Then comes the basics of legal awareness, MAAE 002. Why this course is included is that we are living in a society and where human beings may enter into clashes. So as an adult learner, they should know or aware about their own rights and how to rights protected, and when it challenges that rights, how to defend or how to preserve their rights and protect their rights. So block 1, titled Essentials of Indian Legal System, where it covers concept and basic principles of the Indian legal system, where you can see that this basic thing, the substantial law and procedure law, justice delivery system, implementation of law, and where it covers one more block is added for block 1, regulatory and dispute resolution law, regulatory law and dispute resolution law. And block 2, it is reserved for empowering laws. What are the laws? What Constitution of India is telling about? The Right to Information Act 2005, Protection of Women Against Domestic Violence Act, then Right to Education, Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act, Right to Work, National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Then block 3, liability creating laws, where it covers Indian Penal Code, tort law, contract law, family law, and legal remedies law, writs as remedies, law of specific performance, law of compensation, law of legal aid, law of human rights, Panchayati Raj law. And block 5, it is devoted for specific rights law, where you can see what are the rights of children, women, workers, Dalits and tribals, landholders, rights of persons with disabilities, rights of parents and citizens. So you can see a wide variety of individuals who are covering in society and what are their rights. Coming to the next course, vocational education, there are blocks. First block, it is titled Vocational Education for Sustainable National Development, where we can see the historical perspective, policy dimension, support system of vocational education. And the second block, the national scenario, where it covers the context, coverage, issues and concerns, curricular design and innovations, and it is described in the form of case studies. And block 3, the global that is the dual mode Germany, vocational education system of China, vocational Australia. And block 4, it is titled as recent trends in vocational education, where you can see work-centered education and foundation of vocational education, the changing society and the consequence of vocational education and training partnership model, entrepreneurship and vocational education. And the 5th block is titled as futuristic approach, where you can see the emphasis is upon education and the reforms that is taking place, and vocational education and human development and lifelong learning. Coming to the next course, that is lifelong learning and overview. There, the first block deals with lifelong learning, where it covers the basics. What is the concept of lifelong learning, the lifelong learners, the places and societies of lifelong learning, how lifelong learning can be perceived as a discipline and as a practice. The second block, lifelong learning historical development, lifelong learning in India, lifelong learning international perspective, lifelong learning intervention at global level. And block 3, lifelong learning theory and practice. Here you can see the different theories of lifelong learning, the facets of lifelong learning, curriculum, lifelong learning, context and tools, assessment and evaluation. Next block, lifelong learning issues and concerns, lifelong learning policy making and implementation. Then it covers skills qualification frameworks and emerging trend in lifelong learning, critical issues and concerns in lifelong learning. The next course, where we want to compare the different adult education. For that, MAAE is a new course, comparative adult education, where block 1 deals with understanding comparative adult education. There you can see the basics, meaning, origin and scope, and the systems of factors that influence adult education, the approaches and the international agencies of adult education. Block 2, the adult education scenarios in select countries 1 and 2. It is divided into 2 blocks, where you will be familiarizing with the adult education in India, China, Nigeria, South Africa. And in the next block, you will get introduced with the adult education in the United States of America, Brazil, Cuba, Denmark. And then we have completed the theory courses. Coming to the practical work, that for the PGDAE and first year, you have to complete one practical work, which is titled as MAEL 101, the community-based practical activities. And in the second year, there is an internal choice. You can exercise your optional choice, MAET 001 case study bar internship reports or 001 dissertation, where you can see each course in the second year, it is 10 credits for each. And community-based practical activities, it is meant to provide different opportunities and experiences related to practice adult education, and it consists a list of 19 community-based practical activities. Each activity, the credit is 0.5, and out of these 19 community-based practical activities, the student has to choose activities worth 4 only. In such case, you have to do only 8 activities. And the case of MAET 001, an overview of case study or internship, there you can do the case study either of an institution, case study of individuals, case study of demonstrated product. So the student can choose either the option 1 or option 2, which is convenient for the student to work upon. Either you can do case study or internship. That is the option 2. Within this option also, further option provided for the student in the form of activities B1 to B21, and from the you can select different types of activities. Regarding the case study, how to get the supervisor, you can approach the regional center where we have the approved supervisors, and you have to prepare the proposal first and get it approved, and then do the case study and submit the report. The regional director will communicate the approval of the case study proposal, and after completing the case study work on the approved proposal, the student shall submit a copy of the quarterly report to the regional director of the concerned regional center, and it will be evaluated at the concerned regional center, and relevant grade will be sent to the headquarter. Regarding the internship also, you can find out what type of internship you have to do, and the mentor you also will get from the regional center, and then they can approach the coordinator of the learner support center, where I told that the nodal regional center is RC Delhi 2. You will get the support, and towards the end of the relevant internship also you have to submit the reports to the regional center. Then comes the dissertation, which is an optional. Either you can do the dissertation or you can do the case study or the internship. So regarding the dissertation, the handbook, there you have to read the handbook, and there is a detailed description of how to do the dissertation, and the weightage, the dissertation report is 80%, and after first you get approved your research proposal, and after that you will get a supervisor from the regional center. There are approved supervisors from regional center, and dissertation report you can submit to the center, which is 80% credit, and then weightage, and the weightage is for the viva voice after you have completed the dissertation report. So here, where to submit? You have to submit to the regional center, to whom the regional director, and the tentative date is given, and the viva voice is available, and it is compulsory, that the viva voice is compulsory, but either the dissertation or the case study or internship reports you can do. So I have given an overview of the Master of Arts in Adult Education program. So hence, I request all the learners who just register and waiting to take admission, as admission time is extended. And I request that you have to take admission. You can decide whether you want to exit after PGCAE or PGDA, or you want to continue and get Master of Arts in Adult Education. Let I stop with a statement: never stop learning, ever stop learning. Thank you.